Good day to all science students. In this video lesson, we are going to discuss the levels of biological organization under the energy flow in the ecosystem. Let us have first the word search. Search the missing word in the puzzle, refer to the word bank provided. So itong pagbabasihan natin, hanapin natin yung cell. And then next, that is organism. And then biotic. And then population, atom, biology, ecology. We have ecosystem, organelle, community, and then biosphere. So yun yung mga words na mapag-aaralan natin dito sa lesson na ito. These are the essential questions or the purpose of this lesson. Number 1, how are the components of an ecosystem interconnected? So number 2, how do organisms interact with each other? And why is energy flow the most important mechanism in the ecosystem? So the biosphere is made up of the parts of the earth where life exists. The sphere starts with a simple cell to the complex interconnection between organisms belonging in the same space. Life, supporting energy source from the sun and other inorganic molecules, is captured and processed mainly by the producers in the biosphere. This makes other life forms possible since the energy from the producers is passed on from organism to organism based on determined hierarchy or trophic level. So how are the components of the living world built up from the simplest to the most complex? So as you can see in this illustration, the biosphere is an organized collection of components of organisms and organisms themselves. Organisms interact with one another and with their environment. This interaction takes place from the most basic unit of life, which is the cell, to the most complex level of the biological hierarchy, which is the biosphere. All levels of life have interrelated systems and parts such as the environmental factors and the organisms that are necessary for the existence of or functioning of one another. The study of the different levels of the living world to the most complex. So the levels of our organization, we have the cell, tissue, organ system, and then organism. So i-discuss po natin yan isa-isa. So kung papaliitin pa po natin yung sa cell has organelles. Ito nakita natin. And then from organelles, kung kukunin pa natin yung mas maliliit pa is we have the molecules and then the atom. So ito yung arrangement ng level of biological organization from atom, molecule, organelles, cell, tissue, organ, the system organs, organism, population, the ecosystem, the biomes, and then the biosphere. So isa-isahin natin yan. So biological organization extends from the microscopic scale of the molecules and cells that make up organisms to the global scale of the entire living planet. So ecology is the study of interrelationships among organisms and their interaction with the environment. Organisms are affected by both biotic and abiotic factors. So we're going to define what is biotic and abiotic factors. A habitat is the natural home or environment of an organism. Biological organization is organizing the various levels of biological complexity from the simplest to the most complex using a reductionist approach, which means that complex systems are understood by breaking them down into their constituent parts. This hierarchical organization helps scientists and biologists better understand and study living organisms and their interactions. So let us discuss first the cell. So cells are microscopic units that collectively carry out the processes that make up an organism, a living entity. So this is the basic unit of life. So your body is composed of trillion of cells of around 200 different types. Your brain is made up of brain cells, your skeleton of bone cells, and your heart of cardiac muscle cells. So as you can see in the picture, this is the example of the cellular level. So there are different types of cells within a multicellular organisms kagaya ng tao. In animals, major groups are epithelial, connective, muscle, and nervous cells. They can be named specific to the part they make up, such as skin cells, bone cells, muscle cells, and neurons, neuroglia, and others. In plants, the name of cells may vary slightly based on structure and functions. So as you can see in this picture, we have the example of the different kinds of cells. We have the muscle cells, this is the bone cells, and then the types of epithelium. Tissue. When we say tissue, at the early stages of life, most cells look the same. However, as life progresses, new cells become specialized to carry out specific functions in the body. The specialized cells start to group together to perform certain functions, such as protection, locomotion, and support. A group of cells that have the same function is called tissue. So yung pinagsama-samang cells with the same function, ang tawag na po dun is tissue, a group of cells. When we group cell together having the same function, that is the so-called tissue. In animals, tissues may belong to the four major groups named epithelial, muscular, connective, and nervous tissue. Each of these tissues has a unique structures and functions. Epithelial tissues cover the outermost part of the body, the skin. Muscular tissues have the ability to contract and relax, which enable movement. Alongside the bones, muscular tissues give shape to the body. Connective tissues connect, bind, and pack body parts together. And then we have the nervous tissues are responsible for the reception of stimuli and conduction of impulses in the body. So tissue. Plants are also composed of various tissues. Similar to animal, these tissues have their own unique structure and function. Meristematic or embryonic tissues are made up of young actively dividing cells. The cells are typically small, six-sided, and box-like in structure. However, as they mature, they transform into many different shapes and sizes according to their functions. They are usually found at the tips of the roots and stems of shoots. Non-meristematic or permanent tissues are composed of mature, non-dividing, and differentiated cells. There are two types of non-meristematic tissues. We have the simple and the complex. So, let us now proceed to the organ. Ang organ naman po, ito yung pinagsama-sama ng tissue. So, the group of tissues that carry out the same function. So, various tissues that belong to the same organism and perform a particular function build an organ. The unique form and function of tissues and other distinguishing features contribute to the structure and functions of the organ that they build. Heart, lungs, brain, kidneys, and many more are animal organs. The function of each one is entirely different from the others. So, kung babalikan natin yung cell, kapag nagsama-sama ang cell with the same function, it forms tissue. And then tissues, or that perform a particular function, it forms the organ. So, kagaya ng heart, lungs, brain, kidneys. So, ito yung example ng organs sa animals. Some animal organs in their functions. We have eyes, enables one to see and read. Tongue, mixes food with saliva and pushes the food toward the opening of the esophagus. We have the esophagus serves as the passage for food moving down to the stomach. Then heart pumps blood to all parts of the body. Lungs facilitate gas exchange. Stomach facilitates chemical and mechanical digestion of food by mixing it with gastric juice. Small intestine facilitates the final stages of digestion and the absorption of nutrients from food. Large intestine absorbs water and salt. Kidneys filter blood and remove waste and excess fluids from the body. Blood vessels serves as passageways for blood, nutrients, hormones, and wastes. So just like animals, plants are also composed of several organs, which include the roots, stems, leaves, and flowers. So as you can see in this picture, the plants has flowers, stem, leaf, shoot system, or the root system, the primary and secondary roots. In human, we have eyes, stomach, heart, lung, liver, small intestine, and large intestine. These are the sample of organ in plants and their function. For example, in roots, absorb water and nutrients and anchor the plant in the soil. Stem serves as support and passage for water and nutrient transport. Leaf facilitate the production of food through photosynthesis. Flower serves as the primary organ for sexual reproduction and perpetuation of species. So, this is the other level, which is the organ system. So, multicellular organisms have organs that work together to perform a particular task. These organs form an organ system. In humans and other animals, there is the circulatory system made up of the heart, blood, and vessels. The respiratory system, which is composed of the lungs and the respiratory tubes, and the nervous system, which is primarily made up of the brain and then the spinal cord. So kapag nagsama-sama naman with the same function yung mga organ, that is the so-called the organ system. So in human, we have different organs. For example, the digestive. Ang nagsama-sama naman dyan ng mga organs are mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, intestines, liver, pancreas, and anus. So the main function, food processing, ingestion, digestion, absorption, and elimination. And another one, circulatory system. Ang nagsama-sama naman po dyan is the heart, blood vessels, and blood. So internal distribution of materials and including the collection of waste products. So respiratory, we have lungs, trachea, other breathing tubes. O gas exchange, uptake of oxygen, disposal of carbon dioxide. So yun yung trabaho ng respiratory. And we have immune and lymphatic. The parts are bone marrow, lymph nodes, thymus, spleen, lymph vessels, white blood cells. So it serves as the body defense or for fighting infections and cancer and fighting foreign materials that enters our body. So excretory, kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder, urethra. Disposal of metabolic waste, regulation of osmotic balance of blood. We have endocrine system. The parts are pituitary, thyroid, pancreas, adrenal, and other hormone-secreting glands. It has something to do with the coordination of body activities such as digestion and metabolism, and it has something to do with the growth or reproductive ovaries or testes and associated organs. Depende kung babae o lalaki. The main function is reproduction, but it has also something to do with the hormone. So magiging bahagi din siya ng endocrine. So may mga organ po na may function sa ibang system, may parang function din sa ibang system. Nervous, brain, spinal cord, nerves, sensory organs, coordination of body activities, detection of stimuli, and formulation of responses to them. Ito yung responsible kung ano ba yung nakaranas tayong matinding init. What will be the response of our body? O nakaranas tayo ng nagulat tayo, what is the response of our body? And then we have the integumentary, skin and its derivatives such as hair, claws, skin, glands. Protection against mechanical injury, infection, dehydration, thermoregulation. So this is considered as the outermost covering of our body, including the next one is skeleton, bones, tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. Body support, protection of internal organs and movements. So kadikit ito ng muscular, so sa movement. And then skeletal muscles, locomotion, and other movement. The main function of muscular is for movement together with skeletal system. So let us now proceed to the organism. So nagsama-sama naman yung mga organ system, yung binasa natin. So nakabuo ng human or organism. So an organism is a life form composed of related parts that maintain different essential processes. Fungi, plants, animals, and humans are examples of organisms. So population. So pag sinabi naman nating population, nagsama-sama yung same organism. Population is a group of organisms that belong to the species living in a given geographical area. Organisms within a population can breed with one another. So dapat pag sinabing population, included sila sa the same species. So hindi pwedeng magkaibang species magkasama sa isang population. Specific kinds of plants, animals, fungi, protists, and bacteria found in a specific place are separately referred to as a population. Yun. Pinagsama-samang same species of animals that is considered as population. And then, nagsama-sama naman ang population, it form community. So, when populations of different organisms live in the same place at the same time and interact with one another and with their environment in a certain geographical area, it is called a community. So, a place made up of different types of trees and other plants and animals can be forest community. Fishes, algae, and corals are found in a coral community in marine waters. So, ecosystem. So, the ecosystem is considered the smallest functional unit of ecology. It consists of all the living organisms called the biotic component and non-living factors called the abiotic component. Pag sinabi pa natin biotic, ito yung mga may buhay. Yun namang abiotic, ito yung mga non-living, kagaya ng water, air, soil, and light. So, pero may pakinabang yung mga abiotic na yan sa mga organism, sa mga living things. So, the effects of non-living or abiotic factors on organism, ito yung i-discuss natin. What will be the functions and effect of the abiotic or non-living factors on organism? We have sunlight. The sun is the main source of energy for most ecosystems. Sunlight is indispensable to plants and other organisms that perform photosynthesis. They need sunlight to manufacture food, which they use to fuel processes that keep them alive. For instance, in an aquatic environment, most photosynthetic organisms such as phytoplankton thrive near the water surface because sunlight penetration decreases with depth. Sunlight is also important to animals and other microorganisms. It activates the production of vitamin D in human skin. Also, the ultraviolet rays from the sunlight may inhibit the growth of bacteria. Okay, number 2, we have soil. Soil serves as a home to many animals and microorganisms. Okay, number 2, soil. Soil serves as a home to many animals and microorganisms, and it is the growth medium for plants. How well plants grow on soil depends on how fertile the soil is and its composition. The nutrient content of the soil varies from place to place. Soil fertility depends on the amount of decayed plants and animals and other substances present in the soil. Some plants grow favorably in acidic soil, while others prefer alkaline soil. Plant growth and distribution are dependent on the type of soil, which is why plant species vary around the world. Another one, we have the temperature. It influences the distribution of life forms on Earth since it affects their biological processes. For example, cells may burst if the water they contain freezes. Some organisms in desert ecosystems are nocturnal and only come out at night when the temperature is lower. Kung sabing nocturnal, ito yung mga hayop po na active sila kapag gabi. Kapag umaga sila ay nag-hibernate or tulog. So however, during the daytime when it's extremely hot, they hide from the heat of the sun and sleep until the sun sets. So humidity, the amount of water vapor in air varies from place to place. When the humidity is too high, plants cannot make water evaporate through transpiration. Consequently, their ability to obtain nutrients from the soil is reduced, which may lead to nutrient deficiency. Similarly, high humidity may increase animal heat stress because of decreased evaporation. Okay, next is weather. Organisms need to adapt to changing weather conditions or elements such as storm, wind, and air current. Plants need to develop strong roots when located at places frequently hit by typhoons and strong winds in order to survive. And then water, it is an important biological medium because of its temperature regulating property and its role as a universal solvent among others. The quality of water can profoundly affect the microorganisms that are dependent on it. The salinity, pH, and oxygen content of water can greatly affect the distribution of organisms. Let's say salinity, the amount of salt contained in water. And then pH, it has something to do with the acidity and basicity of water, because pH is the power of hydrogen or the measurement of the level of acidity. Okay, biome. A biome is characterized by its distinct flora and fauna, or the plants and flowers, which are adapted to their particular environment. Abiotic factors like the amount of light, temperature, rainfall, and soil type determine the type of niche for specific species of animals that will inhabit the biome. Examples of biomes include desert, rainforest. Ang example po ng rainforest itong ating bansa, tropical rainforest ang Pilipinas. Savanna, tundra, ito grassland ang tundra yung malamig na lugar, and taiga. A biosphere. The biosphere is considered the highest level of ecological hierarchy since it includes the zones of land, air, and water where organisms live. Sometimes it is referred to as the totality of all ecosystems found on Earth. So kung babalikan natin from cell, nagsama-sama ang cell, nakabuo ng tissue, nagsama-sama ang tissue, nakabuo ng organ, nagsama-sama ang organ with the same function, naging organ system, and then nabuo ang organism. Nagsama-sama ang same kind of organism belongs to the same species, we have population. Nagsama-sama ang population, iba't ibang population, we have the community. And then the interaction of those different kinds of living things, and then the biotic, and then the abiotic is the so-called the ecosystem. And then we have biome, the larger ecosystem. It is characterized depending on the quality and the kind of temperature, and then the kinds of plants and animals na nabubuhay doon. So kapag pinagsama-sama mo na lahat yun, lahat ng mga ecosystem, we have the biosphere. Ang ibang tawag po dyan is ecosphere. Iyan na yung lahat ng ecosystem na matatagpuan mo sa Earth. So ayan. So from cells, so kung papalitin pa natin ang cell, we have cell organelles, yung mga parts ng cell. Kung papalitin pa natin yung organelles, we have a molecule. And then if we are going to chop that molecule, that is composed of atom. At kung papalitin pa nga po natin ang atom, pwede pa yung tinatawag natin na different parts of atom. Ayan. So kung babalikan natin, cell, tissues, organ system, organism, and then the individual or the organism, population, community, ecosystem, biome, and then the biosphere. So for this activity, tingnan natin kung natandaan nyo yung mga diniscuss natin. Ano yung pinakauna dito? Sa picture pa lang, that is atom, followed by molecule, and then this is the cell, and then tissue, organ system, organism, population, community, ecosystem. We have the